What is going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today I'm going to be doing a brand new video on the 2018 midterms, more likely just concentrating on what the Senate outlook is going to be looking like. This is going to be more of an updated video because this is actually the third time that I'm actually going to be recording this, and blah 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 blah. So instead of just talking about that, there's actually something else I need to talk about, which is actually this new microphone that I've actually purchased, or actually not purchased, but I actually received from Pop Voice. This is actually the PV510 Plus lavalier microphone from Pop Voice. They contacted me through email and then asked me if I wanted to test out their new microphone. I gladly accepted their offer. I received it within a day, actually, and I'm not even joking whenever I say that. I ordered it through Amazon, and I received it. Took a little bit to set up, but yeah, this is actually a very, very good microphone. It is actually available to use for your phone and your PC. You can actually use it for PC, and it is great for recording YouTube videos. It is a very sensitive, or not, it's actually not even a sensitive microphone, so you may have a little bit of trouble if you actually get it. You may have a little bit of trouble of trying to get it to hear your voice sometimes. This is more than likely the first video I'm actually going to post using it, so this is a little bit of paid promotion, by the way. But thank you guys so much at Pop Voice for sponsoring this, for actually sending me this microphone so I could test it out, and so I could actually have something to actually use as a brand new microphone. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go on to the video. So what we're going to be talking about today is the chances of the Democrats actually to capture the US Senate. And this is going to be, in my opinion, a very unlikely scenario for how we are going to view 2018 in the midterms. The reason why is that the Democrats have nearly no path to victory in the Senate without North Dakota. North Dakota is a pivotal state to keep for the Democrats to try and get the majority in the U.S. Senate. And this is going to prove fatal for Democratic plans to take the Senate. States such as Montana, and I'm going to go into analysis on each of these states, all of these battleground states, and a couple of the leaning states, which we have a couple of leaning states. So Montana is actually more likely than not going to go Democratic. And this is because John Tester is actually very liked in Montana. He did want to vote for Brett Kavanaugh. He would have voted for him. Unfortunately, he was at his daughter's wedding, which he unfortunately could not vote for Brett Kavanaugh, so there was no vote casted there. So that is why the Republican senator from Alaska had to vote for him, but that canceled out her vote, so she had to vote present. So that is going to be enough analysis from that. I'm going to go ahead and go back, and we're going to go ahead and start talking about Nevada and Arizona. Nevada and Arizona are going to be the most important states for the Democratic Party to win to get the U.S. Senate on their side. And this is going to be likely impossible to happen. In any case, one of these states will go blue. Both of these states are red. Nevada, Dean Heller, and then Arizona, which was Jeff Flake, is between Kristen Sinema on the Democratic Party and Martha McSally on the Republican Party. The Democratic Party has to win both of these states to win a majority in the U.S. Senate. If they cannot win both of those states, they will not win the Senate. And this is because if all of these gray states, Montana, Nevada, Arizona, Missouri, Indiana, and Florida all went blue, it would be split 50-50. It would be a tie. And that is why the Democrats and the majority, for those who are not watching and don't know about the Senate and stuff like that, for a majority in the Senate, you need 51 seats. technically the Republicans would have the majority because they have the vice president on their side, but because the vice president actually his duty in the U.S. Senate is to break a tie, which could happen a lot in a tied Senate. But in any case, they have to win both of those states. So that would be 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Again, that would be a tied race. They would have to flip Tennessee or Texas. It's Beto O'Rourke in the state of Texas. He's the one who is competing for the seat that Ted Cruz currently owns. That is a very hotly contested race, and we are most likely going to see a Ted Cruz victory in the state of Texas. And then we have, in the state of Tennessee, we have Marsha Blackburn and Phil Bredesen. Bredesen is actually losing support among Democratic voters in the state of Tennessee, and this is going to prove fatal for Democratic chances to win a majority. So a Democratic majority would have to be a clean sweep of all of these states right here, all of the states in gray, plus one of the states in light red, which would be Tennessee or Texas. And that is impossible for the Democratic Party, especially in Texas, especially in Tennessee. There is no path to victory for the Democratic Party with these numbers at play. So I'm going to look into a couple of other states. We're going to go ahead and look at what's going on in the state of Nevada, which is Dean Heller versus Jackie Rosen. Jackie Rosen is, I don't know about her current position, but she is actually, I think she's actually a part of the, she's like a representative from one of the districts of Nevada. But the last poll, 1010 to 1012, recorded Dean Heller 48 to 41, 7-point lead for the Republican candidate. And then we're going to go ahead and look at Arizona, which this recent poll actually had Martha McSally up 2 points. That was 1015 to 1019. It is, as of now, the 24th of October at the recording of this video. So we're going to go ahead and go back. And we're going to go over to Missouri, which actually, if you guys actually see this, I'm super mixed about Missouri and Florida. They could both stay blue in this election. In any case, I have a feeling that the Missouri Senate race will flip to the Republicans more likely than Florida would flip to the Republicans. It is a very mixed bag. I could be wrong, but this is nothing compared to, like, we're seeing a couple of leads in Missouri. We're seeing Republican leads in Missouri. We're also seeing Republican leads in the Indiana Senate race. And I'm showing you right now, we have a poll by Indie Politics Mason Strategies, which seems to be, I believe that's what that means right there, that R right there. We are looking at a poll right now that is showing Mike Braun ahead by 4 points over Democrat Joe Donnelly, incumbent Joe Donnelly, who is a blue dog Democrat from the state of Indiana. And these states, West Virginia and Indiana, are both states that have Trump-leaning Democrats. Their populations voted for Donald Trump in near landslide numbers. They voted for him in more than 20 points, actually, I believe. I think Indiana may have been a little less than that, but West Virginia was like 60 to 40. So that is actually one of the reasons. And the reason you don't see West Virginia going toward the Republicans is because Joe Manchin is actually a supporter of Donald Trump. He's not a supporter as of, like, he supports every single policy that he does, but he supports people like Brett Kavanaugh, which has benefited Joe Manchin to finally get him to be a safe bet for the West Virginia race. Joe Donnelly, however, he voted against Brett Kavanaugh, and he is suffering the consequences of his vote against Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. In the state of Wisconsin, we are seeing a pretty close race, except it is separated by 10 points by double digits. Tammy Baldwin, incumbent, versus Leia Vukmir. Seems to be a leaning race. I don't think it's likely to flip. It probably won't even flip. We're also seeing another race a little closer, slightly closer than the Wisconsin race. About 9.5 points are separating the two in Minnesota special election 2. So, and we're going to go ahead and look at Texas and Tennessee real quick. Well, actually, just Texas. Texas, I mean, again, a couple of weeks ago, you may have been thinking, and I was thinking, that it was going to be a very close race between Beto O'Rourke and Beto O'Rourke and Ted Cruz. I messed that up there. We all thought that it was going to be close, but ever since then, I think it's since the debates, which actually, I believe after the debates, we're actually going to track the debates right here. 4.5. So it kind of stayed steady, but now, we're seeing Ted Cruz polling above 50 points in Texas polls. The last CNN poll actually had Ted Cruz up 7 points. So that is very good news for Ted Cruz, that he has a comfortable lead over challenger Beto O'Rourke. But that does not seclude the fact that the race will be pretty close, because even in the state that I live, in the district that I live in, I live in a pretty Republican district. I don't live in a Democratic district. I live in a Republican district. But I'm seeing Beto O'Rourke signs all over this area. And it is very interesting to see how this race in Texas will turn out. So, I think that would actually be it for that. I will actually go over governor's races and the House. I'm going to do a very detailed analysis on the House race. This was more of an update video, because the last time I actually tried to record this, I actually when I scheduled it to premiere, and basically by the time it premiered, I checked the polls again, and then the Indiana poll basically said that Mike Braun was actually ahead by 4 points. So I had to redo the entire thing. I recorded it again, and then I received my microphone, this microphone that I'm using right now, and so then I have to record it again, which is finally going to be this final cut. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. If you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.